Good morning. Guess what day it is? It's Friday. So that's the day that I go and refresh my booth, and along the way, maybe hit a couple of thrift shops, and I actually hit a moving sale before I ever left my street this morning, and got a couple of sheets, and I'll show you those things later. And but first, Sonic, Route 44, Diet Dr. Pepper, extra ice, go juice. And I was going to tell you, when I got dressed this morning, I put on this shirt, and I put it on, and I went, this needs some embellishments. So guess what we're going to do later on today? We're going to put some embellishments on it. So come along with me for the ride. Okay, here we are at the half price racks. So let's see what we can find. Okay, so here are some cotton pants. They've got a drawstring waist, patch pockets, and I can see those being upcycled real easy. How did this happen? I wasn't going to get anything whenever I came in. Oh my goodness. Okay, here I am at Rusty Rose Vintiques again, and she told me when I came in that they had brought some more sheets in. So I'm going to look and see what I can find here. It's a pretty table runner there. And I think these must be what she's talking about. So let me dig through these and see what they are. And here are some beautiful quilted pillow shams. So here I am in my booth at Grace & Co. Marketplace. And I think today, I didn't bring any new inventory. So I think today I'm just going to do some rearranging, moving stuff around so it looks a little bit fresher, maybe change out my display wall and do a few things like that just to give it a different look. And so I'm going to get busy on that, and I'll show you when I get done. Football season's almost here. Go Hogs! Okay, so I changed out my mannequins. I moved some things from one side to the other and regrouped. And I think that helps because sometimes you just overlook things because they're in the same place all the time. Redressed this mannequin and refreshed over here, rearranged, changed some things out there and a few things over here, trying to group things that kind of go together so that they can be seen, and hopefully that'll be good for another week, and hopefully we'll have some good sales tomorrow. So I was making my last stop on my way home to go in Stitcher's Garden and get me some embroidery thread for some of my projects. And then I was right in front of American Jane Vintage. So of course, I'm gonna have to go in here and see if I can find anything in here. They always have some really cool stuff. Look at these gorgeous threads. Yum. Well, I made it back from refreshing my booth and also hitting a couple of stops on the way and picking up a couple of items. And I'm going to share those with you now. This shouldn't be a whole lot to show you, simply because most of it was sheets and things like that I got. But I did want to mention, I mentioned it at the very beginning of this video when I was at Sonic, that when I put this shirt on today, and I don't know if you can see it, it's just straight across, and it's got these sleeves here. It's kind of wide, but I put it on and I thought, that needs some embellishments. So stick around to the end of the video because I'm going to take it off and then we're going to put some embellishments on it. So the first stop that I made was at a moving sale, and I found a pair of sheets, and it's a tan, and then it's got this border with the roses on it. Anyway, So I got those, and they were 50 cents a piece. And then I got this striped one, and ever since I saw the pinafores that Charlotte Besaw of Clothing Reborn has been making, I have just been dying to try to make one of them. I just need to get my pattern made, and but I may try and do that this weekend. And I think this one would be perfect for that. It's that tan, it's a vintage look, and to be honest, I'm not sure if I like the front or the back best. This is more muted, so leave a comment and let me know which side you think would look best in a pinafore. And then the other thing that I got at that moving sale is this book. It's called Patterns of Grace: The Wonderful Ways God's Love Touches Our Lives by Roy Leeson and Heather Solom. And it's just, I'm always looking for nice inspirational type things. It says, a house becomes a home when each room is clothed with peace, each wall is covered with laughter, and each heart is filled with love. It is a good thing that the heart be established with grace. Hebrews 13:9. So I'm going to look forward to reading through this and maybe share some of these sentiments with y'all on future videos. And then it's kind of out of order, but I'm going to go ahead and do it since it's here. This is what I got at Rusty Rose Vintiques, and it's another set of sheets. Now, yellow is not normally my color. I say it's a set of sheets. It's pillowcases and one fitted sheet. But it is vintage for sure, and I thought, you know, that might look good with some fall colored flannels. As always, I don't know yet exactly what I'm going to do with it, but I could use it to make ruffles around the bottom of a pair of jeans or around a flannel shirt. I really like the ruffles on the bottoms of the flannel shirts, and so that's a possibility there. And then this is what I got at Sweet Repeats. Y'all saw my buggy full. I had not planned on buying anything whenever I went in there. So much for that. But I didn't know I would find so much good stuff when I was in there. This is some quilted pillow shams, and I fall in love with anything that is quilted. And I love, even as you can see, my pillows here, it's a velveteen that is a quilted fabric. I made those. This quilt back here is one I picked up. I thrifted, but I just love the fact that it was quilted. And so anytime I see something like this, I'm apt to pick it up. And it's just a blank canvas. You can do so many things with it. Again, not sure exactly what I'll make out of it, but I'm sure I'll use it somewhere. And then I'm not going to unfold these, but I got 2 pair of white sheets. These are just plain white sheet. They did not have pillowcases with them. And whenever I get sheet sets, usually other than laundering them, one of the first things that I do is I go ahead and cut the elastic from around the edges on the fitted sheets, and that way I can fold them up and they lay flat, they take up less room, and they're ready to go whenever I get ready to make something with them. So let's see what else I got here. Okay, I got a men's white dress shirt, and that was at Sweet Repeats. I got, these were the white pants that I showed you in the beginning. They're a real lightweight, kind of gauzy like, and I think they'll make a good foundation piece to add embellishments to, maybe add lace around them. Tracy Meyer did a pair the other day, and if you go to her channel and see, and she just cut them off about right here, and then she just added tiers of ruffles on the bottoms of them, and hers were already colored, but you could either leave them white, or you could dye them, or you could wear them as bloomers under your pinafore, like Charlotte Besaw does. And then this was another gauzy type top. It's got a ruffle around the top edge. It's got a couple of layers here. It's a, I believe it was a 2X. Yeah, it's a 2X. But again, it's a foundation to add something else to. You could add a skirt onto it. You could use it to make, just cut up the fabric and use it to make ruffles with. It's just got potential. And then this shirt was actually in the men's section, but I know it's not a men's shirt because it has tucks on the back, and it's got tucks on the shoulders here, and it's a 2X. And I'm thinking if I took the collar off of this and I do the ruffle collar that's so popular right now, because it's pretty long, but I'm looking at that width on it, and I'm thinking it would be real similar to how this is made. This one has the pleating across the back yoke there, so that would be similar, and that might be pretty done up that way. And then here's another men's shirt. This one was on the half price rack. It's a blue and white pinstripe, and then this was a little cropped hoodie that already had some patchwork going on, and so it just needs to be washed and then have some embellishments added to it, and that would be all it would be needed on it. I could see putting some crochet doilies on it. That would be really cute. And this was a dress, a sundress, and it's the eyelet. And once again, foundation piece. You can start with that, add more underneath it to make it longer, dye it, add embellishments, and then it's got the sheared elastic back on it. And then the last thing that I have was I did find this was what I found that was 3X, a 3X Old Navy denim jacket. And I'm always trying to look for the larger sizes of the denim jackets because they are hard to find. And a lot of times I'll have people come through my booth at when I'm doing Bella Rustina, and they're like, oh, I just love that, but it's too small. So I try to make sure that I have plus size items because I wear a plus size myself. And it is frustrating when all you can find are things for teeny tiny people. And but then on the flip side, I have one particular customer, and I've made some custom items for her because she is about this big around. And of course, nothing that I had would fit her, but she brought me her jeans, and then I upcycled those for her, and she was just thrilled to death with it. So I want to always consider everybody's needs, but of course I can't put everything in the booth. I can't have sizes for everybody whenever I'm making them one of a kind. But I always tell them, if you've got a favorite pair of jeans you would like for me to upcycle, or a shirt, a flannel shirt, something like that, just let me know, bring it to me, and I'll do what I can with it. So that's something that you might consider whenever you're doing your upcycling for other people, is just letting them know that you can do custom items as well. Okay, so that's it for my thrift haul, and I'm going to go take this top off and we're going to see what we can add to it. Oh, and one more thing. I showed you whenever I went in the Stitcher's Garden to get some floss, and this is what I got. I had a favorite color that I used on quite a few of my projects, and it would even go with this. But I use this when I'm doing my hand stitching on a lot of things. I love the variegated because it adds more movement to it, more interest to it. But I had this one color that I absolutely love, and I've used quite a bit, and I could not find it. I could not match it. So they had 3 skeins of it. I bought all 3 skeins. Good deal. And I had a $10 off coupon there. So that was even better. It was a blessing. Okay, I'm gonna get busy now.